Days of Our Lives spoiled. 2025. Shocking revelations and high-stakes drama unfold in Salem as we dive into the latest episode of Days of Our Lives on Wednesday, April 16th. The drama intensifies at Small Bar, where tensions are high between Rafe Hernandez and Jada. What starts as a simple conversation quickly spirals into a confrontation, as Rafe accuses Jada of something that could change their relationship forever. Will the truth come out, or is Rafe letting his jealousy cloud his judgment? Rafe's accusation: is Jada hiding something? Is Jada hiding something? The episode begins with a stunning moment when Rafe casually mentions that he saw Jada's blouse at Brady's house. It's a comment that seems innocent enough, but it immediately sends shockwaves through Jada, who is caught off guard. This seemingly harmless piece of information forces Rafe to accuse Jada of being involved with Sean, something that she vehemently denies. Jada insists that the truth is much simpler than Rafe thinks. She claims that she simply stayed over at Sean's place after having too much to drink. There was no illicit affair, just a misunderstanding. But will Rafe believe her? Despite her explanation, it's clear that Rafe's trust in Jada is hanging by a thread. The relationship they've built is now under intense scrutiny, and Rafe's doubts are starting to take a toll. Rafe's emotions are already complicated by the fact that he's currently sleeping with Brady, another source of conflict. Rafe's emotional state is clearly fractured. He has Sammy in one corner and Jada in the other, each offering him different kinds of stability, but neither fulfilling him completely. It's a delicate balancing act, and Jada's situation with Sean only adds more fuel to the fire. Is this the breaking point for Rafe and Jada? With all the mounting pressure, it's unclear whether their bond can survive this latest accusation, or if it's time for both of them to move on. Sammy and Kate's tense confrontation. Meanwhile, on the other side of Salem, Brady has another tense conversation, this time with Kate Roberts Brady. These two women have a long and complicated history, and it's no surprise that things escalate when they meet. The animosity between them runs deep, stemming from their past interactions with various men in Salem, especially Lucas, Sammy's ex-husband, and Kate's son. But there's also the matter of Sammy's children, Will and Allie, who have caused their own share of problems in their respective relationships. But now, the stakes are even higher, as Sammy has rekindled her romance with Rafe, and Kate is none too pleased. Kate has long been disgusted by Sammy's decision to marry DiMera, the man responsible for a heinous act against her many years ago. When Kate finds out that Sammy has returned to Rafe, she can no longer hold back. The two women are forced to confront the past, and perhaps finally air all the dirty laundry that has lingered between them for so long. Sammy is furious that Kate would reveal to Johnny about the brutal past involving EJ, especially since Sammy has made it clear that she's trying to move forward with Rafe. Kate, on the other hand, has never forgiven Sammy for marrying the man who hurt her in such a vile way. The tension between them is palpable, and it's clear that their conversation will have lasting consequences for both women and their families. Philip, Vivian, and Xander, family feuds and power struggles over at the Kiriakis' mansion. Things are no less dramatic. Philip Kiriakis has made a shocking move by inviting his mother, Vivian, to live with him in the mansion. Philip never wanted this. He never wanted to risk Vivian revealing his deepest, darkest secrets. But with Xander's help, he reluctantly agreed to bring her into the fold. The tension between Vivian and Philip is already simmering, as she knows far too much about his personal life, and she's never been one to shy away from using that knowledge to her advantage. However, there's one person who won't tolerate Vivian's presence, and that's Maggie. The matriarch of the Kiriakis family isn't about to allow the woman who nearly killed her to move in under her roof. Maggie wastes no time confronting Philip and demanding that he kick Vivian out. Her refusal to tolerate the situation is clear, and Philip is stuck in the middle of a battle he never wanted to fight. But Philip is not one to back down easily. In an effort to keep the peace, he sides with Maggie, at least for now. However, this move doesn't sit well with Vivian, who immediately turns to Xander for help. Vivian begins to orchestrate a plan, sending fake letters to Xander, keeping him in the loop about the family drama. Vivian is a master manipulator, and she's not about to let Philip's decisions slide without consequences. Meanwhile, Xander is busy dealing with his own issues. Kristen, who has already proven she's willing to do anything to get what she wants, threatens Xander when he refuses to give her what she demands in the takeover of Titan Industries. Kristen's power plays are never without consequence, and Xander is quick to shut down her threats. But Kristen isn't one to be easily dissuaded, and it's clear that she'll stop at nothing to make her mark on Salem. Gabby under suspicion, a shocking twist at the Salem Police Department. J.J. Devereaux has his sights set on Gabby Hernandez. J.J.'s suspicions have been growing ever since the night E.J. DiMera was shot, and now he has a hard-hitting theory: Gabby might be responsible for the attack. J.J. points out that Gabby had no alibi for the night of the shooting, and when you add her anger toward E.J. to the mix, things don't look good for her. Gabby tries to remain calm as J.J. lays out his accusations. She insists that she's innocent and had nothing to do with E.J.'s attempted murder. But J.J. isn't so easily swayed. He reminds her that he stopped her from committing the same crime not too long ago. The weight of the situation causes Gabby to snap, and her frustration boils over. She ends the relationship with J.J., unable to take the constant mistrust any longer. Despite her protests, Gabby was indeed present at the DiMera house that night, and she had a gun in her possession. Fans know that she was ready to use it, but was it her finger on the trigger? The mystery deepens as the investigation unfolds, and Gabby's future in Salem looks uncertain. Was she framed, or did she really pull the trigger? Conclusion: a day of reckoning in Salem as the events of April 16, 2025, unfold. It's clear that the stakes in Salem are higher than ever. Rafe's suspicions about Jada threaten their relationship. Sammy and Kate are forced to confront their shared history, and family feuds continue to escalate within the Kyriakis clan. Meanwhile, Gabby finds herself under intense scrutiny for her role in the shooting of E.J. DiMera, and the secrets of Salem's most powerful families continue to unravel. With so many lives hanging in the balance, it's anyone's guess what the future holds for these iconic characters. One thing's for sure: Salem will never be the same again. The animosity between Vivian and Maggie is a long-standing rivalry that has shaped the dynamics of the Kyriakis family for years. At the heart of their hatred lies a deep history of betrayal, power struggles, and personal vendettas. Vivian, a woman known for her manipulative and often ruthless tactics, has always viewed Maggie as a weak link in the Kyriakis family. She resents Maggie's position as the beloved matriarch and the fact that Maggie commands respect without resorting to the kind of underhanded schemes that Vivian thrives on. To Vivian, Maggie represents everything she despises: kindness, morality, and a willingness to see the good in others. In contrast, Maggie sees Vivian as a dangerous, unstable presence whose manipulations pose a threat not only to her but to the entire family. Vivian's resentment of Maggie goes back years, when she first arrived in Salem and immediately tried to take control of the Kyriakis empire. Vivian's unyielding desire for power led her to commit unspeakable acts, including nearly killing Maggie in the past. Maggie, always the peacemaker, has never been one to escalate a situation unnecessarily, but her interactions with Vivian have often forced her hand. In particular, the infamous incident where Vivian tried to end Maggie's life over a simple dispute marked a turning point in their rivalry. Since then, Maggie has been wary of Vivian, knowing that Vivian would stop at nothing to get what she wanted. The rivalry only intensifies when Vivian makes the audacious move into the Kyriakis mansion, a move that Maggie clearly finds unacceptable. To Maggie, this isn't just a disagreement, it's an affront to everything she's worked for within the family. For Vivian, however, it's an opportunity to assert her dominance once again, and she's more than willing to cause chaos in order to make it happen. The tensions between the two women have escalated into a full-blown battle of wills, with Maggie warning Philip that if Vivian is not kicked out of the mansion, there will be severe consequences. Maggie's refusal to tolerate Vivian's presence in her home speaks volumes about just how deep their animosity runs. It's clear that these two women are locked in a never-ending power struggle, one that threatens to tear the Kyriakis family apart. With Vivian's cunning and Maggie's unyielding moral compass, there's no telling how far this feud will go before it's finally resolved, or if it ever will.